Critics are now calling for Gay's ouster and say that warm embrace of free speech principle is a recent development, and it flies in the face of years of ruthless harassment for those who violate the dogma of woke ideology. Consider this. In 2020, Harvard revoked conservative student activist Kyle Kashev's acceptance over comments he made on social media as a 16-year-old. And last year, feminist philosopher Devin Buckley was disinvited from an English department colloquium on campus over her views on gender and trans issues. Beyond the anecdotes, there's this eyebrow-raising survey in a ranking released by free speech group FIRE in September. Harvard was number 248, the worst school in the country. Its free speech climate was called, quote, abysmal. One person who might agree with that is Carole Hooven. The evolutionary biologist was a lecturer at Harvard for 2 decades until 2021. She resigned after facing attacks and intense backlash for suggesting that there are 2 biological sexes. While promoting her book about testosterone, her comments were labeled transphobic and harmful. She says none of her colleagues publicly defended her right to express her views. With us now is Carole Hooven herself. Carole, thank you so much for being with us. I've got to get your take on what's going on right now and on Claudine Gay's testimony last week in front of Congress. What did you think?
Well, that's a big question. I watched the entire hearing, and I felt for those 3 women. They had a very tough job. And as far as President Gay's performance, she was trying very hard to be clear about how to apply the rules of academic freedom as they are written in Harvard policy, how to apply those consistently. I do wish that she had been a little sort of clearer and more nuanced about how we could apply the policy in this specific situation of, something that's obviously horrible and would make all kinds of students feel uncomfortable on campus, and that is a call for genocide. So it seems shocking, that she couldn't automatically say, of course, these students would be sanctioned. But it is true that, consistent with our policies of free speech and academic freedom, there does have to be some context considered. If a kid is just, a student is just talking to another student and says, I think that there should be some sort of Jewish genocide, and that student agrees. That is obviously, an abhorrent view. However, would that student need to be suspended, or would that student be violating our policy? It's not that clear.
Yeah,
so there are benefits. Yeah, go ahead.
You faced a backlash for something far less controversial. You were saying there are 2 biological sexes. What happened to you when you?
Yes. So I think what my case highlights to some degree is the hypocrisy that a lot of people are commenting on right now. And that is this sort of juxtaposition of an intolerance of very, mainstream views that people have tried to express, like me. I talked about publicly on Fox News that there are 2 sexes. And I was attacked by our own happened to be a graduate student, but nonetheless the director of our internal diversity, equity, and inclusion task force on Twitter, very publicly representing herself as speaking on behalf of my department and on behalf of the university. And she accused me of making transphobic and dangerous comments that would interfere with her ability to create a safe space. And there were obvious demands followed for the administration to do something about me, which seemed to me to mean for them to get rid of me. The Graduate Student Union took out a petition against me, and I couldn't teach my lecture class on hormones and behavior because for the first time in 20 years, none of them would agree to be my teaching fellows. And in order to run a big course, you need graduate students to help me. I was told not to respond to this and essentially to keep my mouth shut. And I was actually told to put my head down, grit my teeth, and be professional. In other words, don't make a fuss. The student who I think clearly violated some of our harassment and bullying policies. Although, again, that has to be taken in context. She was not sanctioned, and not one administrator spoke up for me and defended me just to say, look, Dr. Hooven's views are totally protected by our policies on free speech and academic freedom.
Yeah.
I had some colleagues in other departments who did that, who are not administrators, but there was nothing from the administration. And the hypocrisy is that now, they're defending the apparent cause for genocide by waving the free speech and academic freedom flag.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.